Those who cannot adjust to change will be swept aside by it. Those who recognize change and react accordingly will benefit. If anybody laughs at your idea, view it as a sign of potential success. Bottoms in the investment world don't end with 4-year lows, they end with 10 or 15-year lows. Beware of all politicians everywhere. They excelled at recess when they were in school, but have excelled at little since. Never act upon wishful thinking. Act without checking the facts, and chances are that you will be swept away along with the mob. Index investing outperforms active management, year after year. Tough times helped many commodities producers become lean and mean through consolidation, mergers and cost-cutting. All that excess supply has been sopped up. Do not buy the hype from Wall Street and the press that stocks always go up. There are long periods when stocks do nothing, and other investments are better. Commodities tend to zig when the equity markets sag. Not one country in existence today has had the same borders and government for as long as 200 years. The world will continue changing? Most of my thoughts, you couldn't print. I think this is also a great time to invest in private equity, helping companies grow from the ground up. Historically, there has been a bull market in commodities every 20 or 30 years. Right now I own shares of companies in 28 countries. If the current birth rate, which is the lowest in the major developed countries, continues, there will be no Japanese. Who will pay the enormous debt? If everyone thinks one way, it is likely to be wrong. If you can figure out that it is wrong, you are likely to make a lot of money. Buy low and sell high. It's pretty simple. The problem is knowing what's low and what's high. You can no longer buy commodities at Merrill Lynch. My guess is, many analysts and even executives are too young to know how profitable a hot commodities market can be. They will soon. I cannot invest the way I want the world to be, I have to invest the way the world is. The price of a commodity will never go to zero. When you invest in commodities futures, you're not buying a piece of paper that says, you own an intangible piece of a company that can go bankrupt. Get inside information from the president, and you will probably lose half your money. If you get it from the chairman of the board, you will lose all of your money. Following what everyone else is doing is rarely a way to get rich. The biggest public fallacy is that the market is always right. The market is nearly always wrong. I can assure you of that. Most successful investors, in fact, do nothing most of the time. The last leg of a bull market always ends in hysteria. The last leg of a bear market always ends in panic. If you want to make a lot of money, resist diversification. You will never get anywhere if you do not do your homework. There is no such thing as a paper loss. A paper loss is a very real loss. Many investors seem to have forgotten a hard reality. There are frequent periods when stock markets don't do much. I just wait until there is money lying in the corner, and all I have to do is go over there and pick it up, I do nothing in the meantime. History shows that people who save and invest grow and prosper, and the others deteriorate and collapse. If you want to be lucky, do your homework. Never act upon wishful thinking. Act without checking the facts, and chances are that you will be swept away along with the mob. Lady Luck smiles on those who continue their efforts.